Hi everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to install some 3D assets from the Unreal store, I guess you can call it. If you're like me and you've been working with Unreal for ages, you'll remember when it was called the Epic Store, but now it's called Fab. So I'm going to show you how to download an asset from there and pop it into your game. Okay, so where we find all these assets is called Fab. Let's click on that. Okay. Oh, it also does stuff for Unity. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. And we're here for Unreal Engine. Now, this isn't the only way that you can access Fab. You can also get it in the online browser if you're in Chrome or Firefox or anything like that. You can just search for Fab and you can find it there. You have to link it up with your Epic account. You can also find it actually if you open up a game, and I think it's in window. Yeah, there it is. It's also there. You can right click on that and you can quickly scroll through things that you're looking for. But yeah, let's look at some 3D assets. You can actually find loads of stuff here. If you're missing a certain discipline from your game team, or maybe you're a solo developer and you're not too good at, say, animation, there's loads of animations that you can choose from to put into your game. But we're going to look at 3D assets. Okay, now what I always like to do, I'm not building a game for publication or anything like that, all right? So I don't want to spend too much. Maybe you do, I'm not sure. But if you click on price, you can select free, okay? And there's some really fabulous stuff here. So just because it's free, it doesn't mean it's going to be terrible, you know? And as you can see, I've already got stuff in my library. There's some really fabulous stuff. I could get lost for days in here, to be honest. I just love looking at what people have made. Oh, I've also got a few animals there. But let's look at the newest one that I've downloaded. So it's called Stylized House Interior. Okay. Let's see if we can find who made it. That must be the studio that made it. So big shout out to Lear Tess Studio. I hope that's how you say it, but nevertheless, I can see it's fabulous. Okay, but what you need to look out for is the formats. So know which engine you're developing in and see if it's listed on here. Okay, so we're developing in 5.6, so there it is. So it is ready to just be popped in there. Okay, so if you wanted to install that, or say this, you could buy now, add to cart, but it's completely free, and then just have it downloaded. Now, some of them come with licenses. This is important. So if you are developing for it to eventually be sold for money, for profit, you need to be selecting professional, okay? And sometimes that does come with a cost. But if you're just developing for fun or for educational reasons, say you've got an assignment that needs it, it is free. But again, if you're hoping to develop this and put it out there for some profit, you're going to need a professional license. So keep that in mind, okay, whenever you do this. Okay, so when you've installed it, go back to Unreal Engine. You can see my giant list of stuff that I've installed. So if for example, this was like the first add-on that I downloaded, Water Planes. It was fabulous. You can see that I have no projects to add it to. This is because it was made for an Unreal Engine 4. So this is old, like really old, okay? So it can't be added to any of these because it's not compatible, okay? These are all my projects up here. So it's not compatible with any of those because they're all made in 5 point whatever. So this is the one that I wanted to install. So we add to project and we select whichever one we want. So let's go for the survival horror. Add to project. Okay. And it'll start installing it. Now, depending on what it is you've downloaded, so if we're talking very high spec assets, very detailed, a lot of vertices, which means, you know, it looks really good, really detailed. it's going to take a long time. And also, if you're on very poor internet like me, it's going to take a long time. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll pause and I'll get back to you when it's actually installed into the project. Okay. Okay, we're back and it is finished. So let's open up our project that we installed it into. Hopefully it won't take too long to open. Okay, yeah, and it should see that it has changed. Okay, so we click import, and there's going to be a lot of these boxes that we have to click through. Just import everything as is. Yes, just keep going through them. Depending on how much you've installed, this could take a while. We've got a few errors with textures, that's okay. So most of the issues that we see here, you know, there are issues with the import. These will be textural issues. It could be that they've forgotten to include a certain texture that they used on some of their assets. It could be that they had a different version of Unreal that they were created into and they're no longer compatible. It could be something like that. But remember, this is for free, so you kind of have to be a bit lenient, you know. There we go, it's loading in the last of them. Okay, I think it's done. That's all right. Okay, so now in your File Explorer here for your level, there we go, there it is, Stylized Kitchen. Let's click on that. Let's see if we've got some levels here. Yeah, let's go with Stylized Interior, Save Selected. That's just saying things have changed because you've imported stuff. So it's making sure to save those imports and load the map. So we're expecting a few missing textures, but hopefully it's not something very obvious. Hopefully it's not all of them. That's okay. Okay, yeah. So we're missing a few floor textures. That's all right. Oh no, there it is. Okay, so just a few things popping in as it loads. You know what? I'm not seeing. Oh, these couches. There we go. So there's missing textures from these two couches here. But interestingly, not these ones. And you know what? I installed this on a separate project as well. And we had exactly the same texture errors. It was these two chairs, that little table there, and this TV. So it is just something wrong with either this version of Unreal, like the textures aren't translating across, or maybe those textures were broken to begin with. But as I said, this was completely free, so we have to be okay with that. We can't be expecting, you know, absolutely everything perfect. It looks quite nice, doesn't it? Let's see if we press play. Let's see what it looks like. Cute. Can we move about the scene? Oh, we can. Are we a person? We are. We're the default Unreal. Okay. Yeah, I think the sizing might be a little bit off, but that can be changed easily. But, oh, it's got a little bathroom. That is so cute. Look at that. Yeah, so some of the stuff that we have in Unreal, they have maps to show them off. But you could just make a game right here out of this. I think that'd be really cute. Okay. So, yeah, that's how we install things into Unreal. You can install single assets. Obviously, that would be a lot quicker, but we've installed a whole jumble load of stuff. You install in animation. You can install AI behaviors, which probably come with animation. You can get free stuff. You can get expensive stuff. But yeah, have a go. Try it out. Let me know what you think of it in the comments. If these are my university students watching this, you'll feel free to download assets for your group games or your individual projects if you need them. But remember, licensing. Licensing is super important, guys. Okay, so make sure that you are able to use this stuff when you get it. Yeah, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one.